Tonight is the night that we're going to set fire to the world, and we're going to be looking at the brand new Infernoble Knight support cards that we have in Duelist Nexus. Now, there is a total of 7 cards, so let's get right into it. First off, we have a level 1 tuner, a level 4 a level 4 monster, a level 5 synchro, a link 1 with 3k attack, an equip spell, a field spell, and a trap card. First off, we have Infernoble Knight Richard, or Rich, what's the actual? Yeah, it's Rich Ardet. It is a Fire Warrior Tuner effect, level 1, 500 attack, and 0 defense. You can only use the one of the first and second effect of this card's name per turn, and only once that turn. You could banish this card from your hand or graveyard, special summon one level 4 or lower Fire Warrior from your hand as a tuner. If this card is summoned, you can target one Fire Warrior monster in your graveyard other than Infernoble Knight Richard. Special summon it. For the rest of the turn, you can only special summon warrior monsters. This is a really strong card because it gets to multiple cards as an extender, and also if it's summoned, you get to summon out another Infernoble Knight or one other Fire Warrior to your field so you can go into synchro plays. Man, Ancient Fairy Dragon, really looking nice. Next up, we have Infernoble Knight Turpin. It is a level 4 Fire Warrior, 1400 attack, 1700 defense. And if you control a monster equipped with an equipped spell, you can special summon this card from your hand or graveyard. But if it was summoned from the graveyard, banish it when it leaves the field. That is a-okay if you exceed summon. But you're most likely going to synchro summon into something like Roland, Charles, or other Charles. If this card is in your graveyard, you can target one warrior monster you control, equip this card to that monster as an equipped spell. You can only use each of the above effects of Turpin once per turn. If you would use the effect, or if you would use the equipped monster as a synchro material, it could be treated as a tuner. So right off the bat, Turpin and Richard are pretty good, and to be honest, this is the right way of doing these support cards. Next up, we have Angelica, Empress of Noble Arms. She is a level 5 synchro fire warrior, 1200, 2400. Surprisingly, she's a warrior, but it makes sense with it. So if this card is synchro or special summoned, you can add one card from your deck that lists Infernoble Knight Emperor Charles in its text, or Horn of Oliphant. Horn of Oliphant. What is that card? Horn of Oliphant. Oh, it's this card from the way back when. All the way back from... Okay, that's fine. When this card on the field is targeted for an attack or by an effect, you can send one Fire Warrior monster from your graveyard and banish this card until the end phase. Then you can special summon one Roland monster from your deck or extra deck. This card, on the other hand, is a very good, useful card because it gets to multiple different cards that you need, which you can get anything that lists Emperor Charles. You can summon out any Roland extra deck monster or main deck monster, which is pretty good. Speaking of, we have Karl de Grove. I think that's how you say it. Here's my friend saying it real quick.
Karl der Große.
Karl de Gosa. That's how you say it. It's a Link 1 Fire Warrior, 3000 attack, and it points downwards. One level 9 Infernoble Knight Emperor Charles equipped with an equipped card. So that's pretty much what you use the effect. You summon this out. That's cool. If this card is Link summoned, you can target one Infernoble Knight Emperor Charles in your graveyard. This card name becomes that original card's name. Also, this card gains that monster's original effect, then equip the targeted monster to this card as an equip spell, and it gives 500 attack. Once per turn, when an equip spell or trap card, or when a spell trap card is well, English is hard. Once per turn, when a spell or trap card or effect is activated, you can send one equipped spell from your hand or face field to the graveyard, negate the activation, and if you do, destroy it. This is a really good card because instead of it ending on a Synchro Charles that can be Book of Eclipse, Book of Moon, or whatever. You can instead link it away to this. So that's really nice. Next up, we have the next Noble Arms, and this is Infernoble Arms Armas. It's a equip spell, and it is more copies of Durandal. You can only use one effect of this card per turn, which is absolutely fine. Because this card is absolutely good. If this card is equipped to a monster, you could choose one Infernoble Knight equip spell from your deck or graveyard other than Armas and equip it to an appropriate monster, then destroy this card. If you don't have your Durandals already from Amazing Defenders, you should probably get them now, and a lot of the Infernoble Knight reprints from that set too. If this card is sent to the graveyard because the equipped monster is sent to the graveyard, you can target one Fire Warrior monster in your graveyard, banish it, and you add this card to the hand. So it recycles itself, it gets Durandal, the best Infernoble Arms. I feel like if this deck becomes meta, Infernoble Arms Durandal might get hit, even though we have 15 different ways to get to it. But overall, this is a very, very powerful card. Next up, we have Great Noble Arms Museum. It's the field spell of the deck. I would have never thought of saying that. But Fire Warrior monsters you control gain 500 attack. Once per turn, you can pay 1,200 life points, add one Noble Arms card from your deck to your hand, except Museum. Pay 12, search. Pretty good. Once per turn, during the turn you use the above effect, you can target one Infernoble Knight monster card in your spell and trap card zone, special summon it. But if you do not control Infernoble Knight Emperor Charles when you activate this effect, you can only special summon warrior monsters for the rest of the turn. So this is a nod back to the Link monster, equipping Charles, becoming Charles. That's pretty good. And then we have Epic of Charles, the trap card of the deck, and is this card good? Let's see. You can only use each effect of this card once per turn. The first effect, reveal one Noble Arm equipped spell in your hand and special summon one Infernoble Knight monster from your hand or deck. Then either equip the revealed card to the summoned monster or send it to the graveyard. So this just turbos out Charles fast. You could get to Charles if you have a funny synchro line. But this is a really good card. I really like this trap. Or you can banish this card from your graveyard and target one Infernoble Knight Emperor Charles you control. Equip one Noble Arms monster from your hand or deck to the targeted monster as an equipped spell and increase by 500. So this support is the right direction. This support is really, really good, and I cannot wait to build Infernoble Knights now. Because it's been needing something new. It's been needing an update. Both Halka Fibrex, Auroradon, or all three, and Link Cross are all banned. So yeah, that's pretty neat. Seeing that these cards definitely help out this current strategy, and we don't really have much between these two cards, but that's absolutely fine. But I want to know what you guys think about this deck and this all these new cards, all 7 new cards. This is actually very insane. But I cannot wait to see what players can do with this. Anyways, I've been Bolt Spider. If you guys did enjoy, hit that like button down below. If you want to see more, hit that subscribe button. But anyways, I've been Bolt Spider, and see you guys in the next video.